Hello, my classy people. We are 16 days out from this year's Breeders' Cup, right at beautiful Del Mar on the 31st of October. Future Star Friday. The girls will be in town, right? All the 2-year-old babies will be in town, boys and girls. And on Saturday, of course, the big day. 5 Breeder Cup races on Friday. 9 Breeder Cup races on Saturday. Remember, get your orders in for your tip sheets. Right? A single card Friday or Saturday is $20. If you buy both days, Friday and Saturday, they're $35. You will save $5. Email us at speedking24@yahoo.com. Please get your orders in quick, fast, and in a hurry. A lot of work to do. Well, let's take a sneak peek at the Juvenile Turf, right? The very last race on the card on Friday. Very, very good field, y'all. Race number 10, it'll be race number 10 about 7:40 Eastern Standard Time for sure. And yeah, it's going to be a daily double, right? Back to the Juvenile Turf, back to the turf race on Saturday. So think about doubles. 10th race on Friday, back to the turf race on Saturday, which is race number 7. So the 10th race to the 7th race, Friday to Saturday. But this is a very, very interesting 2-year-old race for sure. It is about 17, 18 probables in here. We're going to just run through some of them. Tell me what you think. Let's start a healthy discussion. Let me know if you have an opinion in here. I have a very strong opinion in this race. One thing to note is that where are the Europeans? It's on the turf, right? And by the way, Aidan O'Brien is leading the pack of all trainers with 20 Breeders' Cup races, tied with D. Wayne Lucas, I believe. And he's won this Breeders' Cup turf race 3 times in a row, looking for a 4th time, 8 times overall. So Aidan O'Brien has 2 in here for sure. You better pay attention. But let's just take a look at some of them, run through them, tell me where you're leaning. I have a strong opinion in here, not ready to tell you what that is because I need to see post positions, odds, and those type of things, and if the horse even gets in. So the first horse we'll look at is Turf Star. Well, Turf Star is trained by Motion Graham, right? This horse was 2nd in the Bourbon Stakes. Ran a beautiful race that day. Speed figures are good. Turf Star should get in. And then there was Gastus. This is an Aidan O'Brien. 1 of 2 that he got in here. GSTAAD. This one is by Star Spangled Banner, right? And this is a very, 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 very nice horse, right? Of course, Aidan O'Brien means business in this race. Going for 4 in a row. Won the last 3, 8. This race 8 over time, right? So very, very nice horse. The other Aidan O'Brien in here is Puerto Rico by that Wu-Tan Bassett, right? Great sire, Wu-Tan, the late great Wu-Tan Bassett. I follow overseas racing quite a bit. One, because of Godolphin, but because of the quality of races they have over here. And Aidan O'Brien is loaded for bear, if you ask me, in this race. Always to be heard from with Puerto Rico. Very, very nice horse. Won the Prix Jean-Luc race out there, and now it's going to be showing up in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf on Friday. Argos, which won the summer stakes this year. Nice horse by Nyquist. Raleigh Mott, Billy Mott's son, is doing the conditioning. That's a very nice horse. Beautiful speed figure, beautiful pace numbers. And then old Pletcher got one in there by Not This Time. Final score. Very, very nice. Hey, won the Bourbon. This is the race where Turf Star ran 2nd in the Bourbon behind Final Score, the Pletcher runner. So he's going to be heard from, or could be heard from. And here's a horse, Hey Nay Nay by No Nay Never. Another great sire. Hey, John Sadler's doing the condition here. You're going to hear from him in some other races, John Sadler. He's got one that I believe is a big, big threat on Saturday, one of the nice races. So we'll talk about that later. But Hey Nay Nay is a nice horse. This horse won the Del Mar Juvenile Turf Grade 3 Wow, across Delmar. That's where the Breeders' Cup is. So, hey, Nay Nay, John Sadler, don't need no introduction. He's a good horseman. And then my boys, Godolphins in the house, y'all, with Wild Desert. Oh, Charlie Appleby's doing what he's doing. This one is by Too Darn Hot. Hey, I don't have to tell you about this, right? This horse ran second in the Summer Stakes behind the Argos, the Raleigh Mott horse. But don't be surprised if Wild Desert, the Godolphin runner, trained by the legendary Charles Appleby. Wild Desert, right? Botas. Wow, this I looked at this race a couple times, right? Botas, trained by Miguel Clement, the son of the late great, Christophe Clement. Probably trying to make his mark like his dad did, right? What a great, classy man Clement was, Christophe Clement was, and I'm sure his son Miguel has learned a bunch from him, and he's doing quite well for himself. Always rooting for him, for sure. He won the Pilgrim. This horse had a nice turn of foot coming home with Here's Johnny. Hey, that horse turned the corner, and you can see this is a talented horse, Botas. You'll hear from him. And then stark contrast. Hey, Mike McCarthy's doing the conditioning. This one won first in the Zuma Beach Stakes. Should hear from him if he gets in. And then there's Street Beast, right? Hey, by Street Sense. Yeah, that's Street Sense. This horse could show up and mean business. Won the Kentucky Down Juvenile. That was a very good race. I remember that race. I didn't have him. Ran me over, right? And then Joseph O'Brien, Aiden's son, has that Andab. Very nice horse. It's by Sax Warrior. This one ran second overseas, of course, in a Group 3 race. You got Gordon's Past in here. This is a very nice horse. This field is very deep. The 14 that draw in here, you can throw a blanket over them. And of course, here's Johnny. This is the one that ran second in the Grade 2 Pilgrim behind Botas, right? The Miguel Clement horse, right? Here's Johnny. He was coming home very nice. They were ding-donging down the middle of the stretch. They ran first and second. Botas, Miguel Clement's horse, and here's Johnny. That was a great race. I remember that. And the horse that ran third in there was Let's Be Frank. This horse was the number 11, I remember. And I watched the run out. This horse by Liam's Map, and I love all horses by Liam's Map. Let's Be Frank, you don't need to apologize. And it's that man, mama, Mikey Maker. Wow, my boy Mike Maker got one in. Won't be surprised if he turned the table out of that Pilgrim on Botas and here's Johnny. Mike Maker will get this horse ready to run. That's going to be very interesting. Let's be frank about that. Let's be frank. Mikey Maker, to me, my favorite turf trainer in the U.S. for sure. And then you have Humidity by Yulsef. Very nice horse. Ran second in the Royal Stake race out there. Morris Dancer, nice horse for sure. John and Thaddy Gosden. What are you going to say? Another European. Here they come with these horses. North Coast, trained by Joseph O'Brien. Another O'Brien showing up. Joseph has two in here. And then the last horse on the also eligible, or not eligible, but probables are Proton, who's another Motion Graham, which will make it two. So this is the juvenile turf for the boys on Friday, race number 10, the very last Breeders' Cup race of the 5 that day is race number 10. And remember, it goes back to the double. You can play a double Friday into Saturday. So the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf goes back to the turf race on Saturday, which is race number 7, right? So 10th race on Friday, back to the 7th race on 10th race on Friday, back to the 7th race on on Saturday, right? Good way to get some action going and be alive when the big day comes up, for sure. Think about that. I always love playing cross day doubles like that. So let me know what you think about this juvenile turf. I have a huge opinion in here. Not going to share that just yet. Waiting for the post position, waiting for seeing who's going to get in and who's not going to get in, of course, like that. And then I'll go ahead and do that race for my analysis for sure. But let's talk juvenile turf. The very last race on Friday, Future Star Friday for sure. I'm sorry. But again, great way to get involved with Friday into Saturday, playing that double, the 10th race back to the 7th race on Saturday, right? You know, you can mix and match your horses and catch a good price. No, I love playing doubles like that, for sure. My name is Wayne Bolden. Big opinion I have. Not going to share it yet in the juvenile turf race number 10 on Friday, Future Star Friday. The 2-year-old babies, they're all going to be in town. Let's have a healthy discussion on your opinion, if you have one at all, in this race. Talk to y'all real soon. Remember to get your tip sheets orders in, right? It will help us. We got a lot of races to do. We got to handicap both cards, then put it on the sheets and all that. That'll take me 3 days by itself. Then we got to do all those videos. So please, if you have any intentions on buying tip sheets, please get your orders in speaking24@yahoo.com. Email us, 5 payment methods. Get it over to us. Great way to show your love and your support for us.